My name is Rejin, I'm the coach from Team Endpoint. Subscribe if you want more content like this, press the little bell button somewhere. What is more important, server time, practice, or actually playing? I think it's a mixture of all three, and you kind of want to focus mostly on practice, but if you don't have your server time before that, then practice can become kind of redundant, so you kind of have to have a mixture of all three things, but I would say like the most important is practice for sure. How much should I play outside my team's practice? That's a question I often get, and it's kind of up to yourself, I would say. There is not a secret hour you need to be at anything. I think it's much like what you feel like, and some people need to feel like play a lot, others need to play less, so I think it's very individual. Another question I'm gonna ask a lot, like, is anti-stratting at the lower levels a waste of time? And I would say yes and no, because like depending if you know what you're doing, you would be able to find a lot of tendencies, especially against the lower level teams. So it can be a waste, but if you know what you're doing, it's probably really good for you. Being as a coach, you're often gonna deal with the individual problems with players, and sometimes you would like to have a one-on-one with them, other times you would like to have the team session. It really depends on what the issue is and what challenge you need to overcome as together, either as individual or as a team. So the one-on-one sessions are pretty important, but not necessarily, depending on the individual. The importance of having a bootcamp is quite significant. You just improve so much more than sitting at home. You're really focused because you're sitting next to each other. There is no cell phones being interruptive, no family members coming in, your mom coming to vacuum or something like that, right? It's full focus, and I really I highly recommend that you have a boot camp once a month if possible, and because it's gonna give a lot. I often get asked this question, is what tools I'm using and what tools they should using for both as a coach but also as players, and I think again it's very individual what you're looking for, what you want to do with it. For us, I use a lot of NOESIS. There's also the Shadow GG, Leadify. There's a lot of tools you can get out there, but I think it's what you like, and figure out like what is your choice. A question we get asked a lot is like, how do our day looks like? And we try to make it as structured as possible, meaning that we meet every morning at 11 CET for server time, and then we do that's approximately 1 hour. Then we have 2 hours practice, and we have 2 hours break where people can go work out, eat, whatever they need to do, and then we meet again for 2 hours practice and then evaluate for an hour approximately after. So we finish around 7 CET. But our day is very fluctuating because like you never know if you have officials, and so you have to be on like 24/7 basically. Being a coach stressful? No, and then yes, it depends a lot who you are. I think what situations you're in. Are you winning a lot? Are you losing a lot? Like all these factors plays a role. In my own opinion, I love it. I don't find it stressful at all. So how much impact can you have as a CSGO coach? I would say it depends a lot on the amount knowledge you have within CS, of course. Did you used to be a pro player yourself, in-game leader, whatever? Do the players listen to you? Do they respect you? Is there a clear hierarchy? There's a lot of things where you can actually impact online more so than LAN, because you can talk much more, right? And you're actually able to talk in rounds. So in the online part a lot, in the LAN part less, but still some impact. Do I have to be a pro player to become a coach? No, I don't think so. You have to be a pro player beforehand. I think what's important is your drive, your energy, your people knowledge, skills. Of course, knowing CS and really knows it in a good level. That will help you a lot, of course. But in general, I wouldn't say so. I work very closely with the main leader. I think it's very important that you are on par with one another, and you know exactly each other's ideas, like how he wants to play, how you want to play, and so for me, it's essential that you are almost like best mates with your in-game leader. How to make a new player comfortable coming in on a new team? I mean, if you have a core on 3 or maybe even 4, it's quite easy to slot a player in, because like you know what you want and what you're looking for, meaning that all your strats and everything is there, so you basically just have to set him into it. So you would take a map at a time and go over it until this is how we want to play, this is what you're gonna do and everything. So you want to set him up on your strongest map first, and then learn it from there, like just take it day by day. How do you choose your maps? I think it's depending a lot on what you're comfortable on, what you like to play. Do you like to play these the more duels like Mirage, just 2 maps? Then you probably want to ban a nuke and stuff like that away, right? Where it's not so clunky with smokes and everything, right? But I think it depends a lot on what you like and what you're comfortable on as a team, and then you kind of have to decide like what to play and what not to play, right? And kind of figure it out as it goes.